roundtable discussion about crisis management, and one of the important things is that was mentioned is that actually the phrase, if you fail to plan, you can plan to fail, because preparation is everything. Of course you have to define a crisis. What does a crisis mean to you? What is a crisis for you, and what scenarios are in your company important? And do you have a plan in place how to cover that? And if you have a crisis team, if your people in place, are they trained? So it's for every company, it's a different scenario. It might be a different scenario, but then again, it is important to know what how you're going to work it out and how you're going to train it. And I must say, I was actually surprised that almost everyone had a plan in place, and even in gold, silver and bronze, what means that you have a crisis team on strategic and operational on the floor, and the people working. So it's good that you have that defined, because you need in a crisis people that are in command and can take those decisions to shut down a plant or maybe make sure that there are finances available. So I was actually quite surprised. And what people also say is, never waste a good crisis. Do your post-mortem, learn from your experiences, use them and share them. And that is the good thing about Firma this year, that we are on a table sharing our experiences, talking to peers from Finland, Italy, Spain, Ukraine. It's really, really fun. And I'm glad that we got that opportunity to do so. Mm-hmm. And I hope that in the next year, Firma will organize something the same again, because I think it's very, very valuable to share those things and share those experiences with each other. I think the fact that you are all together and you discuss with each other about these topics is a big bonus. I think that is the advantage of being here. And maybe we should promote it and bring more people around next time, because it really is very nice to talk to each other and learn. Every time you talk to someone, you learn new things. I think the format coming from the last time, when it was only a plenary session where you are in a big room all together, but not actually speaking or interacting with each other, and now being on that table, have that discussion. It's a big change, and I think it's a very big improvement. And some remarks were that it was now a little bit scratching the surface. So perhaps next time it would be possible to have some topics to go more in depth, or maybe even have an exercise or a learning experience or training, so to get more information, or maybe even up front get people a questionnaire and say, okay, this is what I do, how can I share or learn this from someone else? Maybe a claim. I imagine that you can ask people to prepare, although I know, to be very honest, being in the day-to-day business where everything can go wrong on some days, and you're going through life walking in the sunshine. But most of the days you don't. So you can have a good intention to prepare, but most of the times you don't have the time. So I think it's good if you do it on the day itself. And perhaps you can, as Firma, we can prepare some things, and maybe we can do an exercise. So it's more that you can have that in depth at the moment that you're there, because everyone knows what they're doing in their own field. I see definitely possibilities to do something about that and make more experience. Like I said, for claims it might be a good idea to have, maybe someone has a very intriguing claim that he can share, maybe not in detail from a company, but how he survived it or how he proceeded, and that can be a good learning experience for others. Maybe you can have best practices in risk mapping, or saying you use your lessons learned and share them more. I think that this first step is an easy beginning, and I think that will help. I think the first step has been made. I mean, being on that table together and talking, I think that is the big change, and I think that's great.